Toastmasters, and yes, today I want to share with you very specific purpose. I want to introduce you to the financial literacy standards of Washington State. And I brought them right here in this big old book. There it is, financial literacy standards. Why in the world do you need to know the financial literacy standards? My goal is to tell you the who, when, what, why, where about financial literacy standards today, and then given time at the end, some benefits that you can do to share with kids that you are around. Even if you don't feel like you've got kids in your current network, you've got kids or grandparents who you live nearby, grandkids who live nearby, there's going to be lemonade stands, there's going to be a lot of ways to interact with kids, and that's what I want to share with you. So let me start by asking you a question. How many of you took a math class in school? Raise your hand. Okay, 100%. Did you take more than one math class? Keep those hands up. Maybe even 4 or 5. Maybe you took math every year until you close to graduation. How many took reading? Anybody took reading in school, language arts? How many took a financial literacy class? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have some people have done it. And were any of those classes in the grade school age? Did anybody take them in grade school age?
No.
Oh, you did? Was it in the United States? Where was it? Okay, interesting. So in the United States, most kids don't take any type of financial literacy classes. Now, I have a brand new grandbaby who is about 11 weeks old, and my son is reading to her. We're playing this little piggy and counting her toes, and we're already doing all the things that parents and grandparents do to integrate in some of those basic curriculum skills with an infant. But at what point do we start talking about financial literacy? So that's where I'm going to open up the book here. And you've got some bookmarks in front of you. You can look at the back. There's a couple of notes where it says financial literacy standards in that second half. When you look at the financial literacy standards, there's in black and white, and don't worry, I'm happy to send these out if anyone's interested further. But you'll see here, and Carrie, you can show me right here, it says kindergarten, first, second, right? It starts in kindergarten, that first grade standards happen. And this one goes up to 5th grade, and I've got the 6th through 8th and the 9th through 12th in this packet. So kindergartners are needing to learn. These are the standards that experts have determined that they need to know in the spending and saving category that you'll see on the back. They need to be able to decide uses for personal funds. Maybe they have $5 in their pocket and they're deciding to buy some candy or some toy. They need to differentiate between public and private property. What does that mean? Well, maybe they need to know the difference between a library book or a book that might be purchased or given to them, right? That's just one basic standard. Now, if we pop up to the 5th grade standard, to turn so I can see it, that would be the 5th grader would recognize how spending priorities reflect goals and personal values. And it goes on from there. So that's just one standard. There's 8 different pieces. And on the back, you'll see, we'll go this way. They're also learning about job and career discovery, also known as income and employment. They're learning credit and debt and risk management. And I put the essential skill development under financial psychology because you can know how to count money, but if you don't have the psychology piece of making the decision of how to spend it, we have to layer that on top. So this is what the financial literacy standards are. It's who it's for. And the number one goal I had today is really just to share with you, like, this is important. This exists out there. But number 2, I want to talk about what do we do about it? How are we going to share that with kids in our realm? So there's some basic ways you can do is just by being aware when a money topic comes up that you can talk to a kid about money. You can use cash. We're a very cashless society, and that basic foundational building block, I've given everybody a pretend $100 gift. I do have kids that say, "Is this real, Mrs. Williams?" I said, no. Pin it up on your wall and you can enjoy it. But when we teach kids about the value of money, the actual cash, I have a dad who recently told me that his son wants a PS5. And I, what's that? Because I'm not into that. A PlayStation 5 computer software game. I looked it up before I came today. Starting price of a PS5 is about $500. So about 5 of these, right? Well, his child doesn't ever handle cash. He's a grade schooler. And so they've been trying to explain to him the value of a PS5. So they say, well, this PS5 is about 10 Lego sets. Or they're doing kind of unusual math, I'm sure, from Professor Robert over here, like multiplying Lego sets to equal PS5 is not something that you probably teach in your courses. But when a kid learns how to earn money and earns $10 because they walked a dog and it took energy to expend to do that, they come and they have their own $10. Now that $10 means something. So then when they're choosing to spend, now when that child, maybe they do raise $500, which is a lot to raise for a kid, but maybe they do, birthday money here and there. Now they have a choice and a decision making. Am I going to spend it? Am I going to invest it so it can compound some interest? What am I going to do with it? So that's the benefit of knowing the standards exist. We can start talking to kids earlier, especially at that kindergarten, 5th grade, 8th grade level. So by the time they get to be high school teenagers, they're making really informed choices. And they've practiced. They've counted to 100 like they did in kindergarten. They played with money, and now they're starting to experience it. To close off today, I want to share just a couple little tools that I've created. Most of you know that I am the author of some children's books called The Little Books of Big Business. I'm happy to let anybody see any of these. But my new little project I've been working on what are called printable packets. And these are kindergarten through 6th grade packets, and they come out every month. And they're available for download. And what I've done is I've made financial literacy standards fun and interactive. So in the very back of each packet, this was the 1st grade packet for, what month was this one? January. And so in the back, when you turn to look at it, it'll say which standard it is. This one is the financial psychology standards, recognizing that some needs and wants are more important than others, and that children and adults have different needs and wants. Needs and wants is a big part of financial literacy. So if you are around a kid, know a kid that wants to have a fun way to interact with a financial literacy standard, you never have to look at it again. It's all taken care of. That's something that I offer, and I'm always happy to talk about financial literacy. So my most important purpose today was just to let you know that they even exist. Thank you.